Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this Nikki Uncut, I'm going to talk about my products that I'm testing, rejecting, and repurchasing. And this is a series on my channel that I love to do, and I love to keep you up to speed on the products that I am testing out, my thoughts on them currently while I'm in the testing phase, products that have fully reached the reject stage, products that I have given so many chances to, tried numerous times, numerous ways. I have some juicy ones, to be honest with you. I have actually a lot of products I'm rejecting, so that pile is going to be a little spicy. And then I have products that I'm repurchased as well. So products I've loved so much in the past that I've repurchased them and that were worth the repurchase. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's start with the products I'm testing. Number one, and I usually test a lot of skincare, a lot of sometimes a lot of hair stuff. In this case, I have a lot of hair stuff that I'm testing out currently. And I only have a little bit of makeup that I'd say I'm in the middle of still testing and gaining my thoughts on. So the first product is the Dew Baptism Gentle Foaming Facial Gel Cleanser. This was pulled directly from my shower. Actually, I keep this one in my shower. I like to use a gentle cleanser in my shower. So this just to me fits that bill, and it's really, really nice and soothing in the morning. So this is I was going to say slightly, but then I decided to say lightly. It's a lightly fragranced product. And to me, it's not overly empowering. It's not overly fragranced, but there is fragrance. So just a forewarning. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, or if you just don't like fragrance in your skincare products, especially your cleanser, personally, I love it. It's a nice little dopamine hit in the morning. It has a really pleasant scent to it. To me, it has a hint of gardenia. I could be way off. I haven't read the notes. I'm sure there are specific notes that this contains that I could definitely read up on. But in my head, it's a nice, clean gardenia light fragrance. But back to the actual product. In the middle of testing, I've only had this for a little bit of time, so I can't give you my exact thoughts, but I can tell you right now that I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying grabbing it and cleansing my skin with it. It's very, very gentle. It does foam up. A little bit is very stretchable, so I find that one little pump of this is very expandable and it stretches very far, and it gives me a really nice, gentle clean. So I am really enjoying this one, but still in the testing phase. I posted about this not too long ago, and I had so many of you DM me and reach out and say that you loved this one and that was one of your favorites, and that you couldn't believe that I was just finally testing out. So you and me both. I am a huge Dew fan. I love their skincare products, their serums and their moisturizers, and we'll actually get to those in a bit. So I'm surprised I hadn't tried this yet, but we're here, we're testing it, and I can tell you I'm really enjoying it. Okay, switching gears to hair. Testing 3 different products for hair care right now. And I've made quite a dent with this product. This is from my friend Rachel's brand. She has a new brand called Academy Hair. She sent me this, full disclosure, NPR, wanted me to test it out. As soon as I tested it out, I have used this every single day. So there's no really right or wrong way or right or wrong time, in my opinion. And from what I understand, based on what this product is meant to do, this is a detangling spray, a hydrating detangling spray. This is called the Sea Glass, and it's a detangling elixir. It's supposed to be smoothing and weightless, and I would definitely agree with both those things. And to me, it really helps with my second day hair. So I'll use this every single day, like I mentioned. So after the shower, I'll towel dry my hair. I'll do a generous amount of this in my hair. My hair is so tangled after the shower, but my hair is even more tangled. Did I say detangled? If I did, I meant to say tangled. But my hair is even more tangled post-wash. The next day after I've slept on it, I don't know what happens to me in my sleep and my hair, but my hair is a disaster. And have you ever seen those funny videos online where it's 2 friends and one of them wakes up and just pulls her hair out of this wrapped up messy bun. It's curly and silky and tangle free, and then the other girl pulls it out and it's Rawr. I am the Rawr. And this helps me a lot. So I've gone through more than half this bottle. The smell of this is really nice. It smells like a very clean, high-end, but not overpowering spa. So really liking this. If you have tangly and or dehydrated hair, I'd say this is a really good product to pick up. So again, still testing it, but I will tell you, based on how much I've used. Now, granted, I have long hair, but I have been really loving this product. Everything I'm testing and rejecting, even if you want to check out yourself, and the products I'm repurchasing, everything, no matter what it is, what category it lands into, it's going to be linked below, so you could check it out either way. And then last 2 hair care products, also made a dent on these. This one smells heavenly. Oddly enough, this one is a coconut milk anti-breakage serum. This one's really lightweight and watery. Let me show you it. They have a thicker one. I don't like the thicker one. I bought the thicker one. It comes in like a click kind of pour out mechanism. This one's a pump. The texture of this one is just so much better, especially if you have fine hair like mine. The other one's just really weighty, really thick, and it's really hard to wash that one out of your hair. I have it. I use it as a treatment every once in a while, but honestly, I don't grab it anymore. Because I bought this one, and these have taken over for sure. They've also, full disclosure, taken over and replaced like the Berber hair elixir that I picked up not too long ago. I do use it on occasion. I put it just in my roots, but honestly, I just don't grab it that often. These I grab way, way more. So let me tell you what they do. Let me go back and backtrack a little bit. These are both from the drugstore. This one is OGX. This one I picked up because I am a student of Abby Young's hair care routine and anti-breakage routine. And I want to be a good student. And I picked this up based on her recommendation. And she's so right about this. This is just a really great weightless anti-breakage serum. And it does feel like a serum. It doesn't feel like goopy and just overly thick and too weighty. So if you have very fine, very thin, very, fragile hair like mine, and people comment about my hair, they think it looks really healthy, and I thank you so much, but I struggle with my hair a lot, just so you know. Like, it may look good on camera, the lights help a lot, but I do struggle with my hair big time. So I use this as a treatment mask, but also I'll run this through my hair after I've blown out my ends and blown out my entire head. I'll run this like a little bit through my ends, probably about like this length down. I'll run it down from that point on. So can you see that? Sorry, it's a lot of black going on. But from like this point down, I'll run this in my ends, and it just keeps them from getting like overly like coarse and overly tangled. So combination of these two has really been very, very handy for my super tangly, super spiderwebby kind of hair. It's hard to explain, but if you know what hair texture I'm talking about, it could be a really big struggle. This is another one I picked up. I don't remember if Abby Young talked about this one or not. And if you don't know what I'm talking about too, hopefully future Nikki and future Mitch, when you're editing this or when you're watching this because it's uncut, I will put her YouTube handle in the description box because she is amazing and has like the best drugstore and just hair care recommendations just in general, like drugstore, high-end. She will have your back. Like, her knowledge is unbelievable. Like, I literally, when I watch her hair videos, I am glued. I'm like, and then what? And then what? And then I screenshot, and then I save the links, and then I shop them. And then I'm like, okay, I just want to have hair like Abby Young. Please. Thank you. I will do anything for it. So anyway, I don't remember if she recommended this, but I picked this up just while I was perusing the aisle when I was looking for this bad boy. And I thought, why not? It looks good. It's a Pantene Pro V Miracle Rescue Regenerative Hair Oil. This one's a little bit more oily in texture, like quite literally. This one just feels a little bit more oily in my hair than this one does. Oddly enough, this one does feel like a serum, but it still feels very lightweight. And you could see too, like, it's not like a thick oil. It's still very like runny. So this one I use more so the night before I'm going to wash my hair. So pre-shower night, I will coat my hair with this product, and I focus it from ears about down. So yeah, like above the ears where I start to get breakage from, I'd say like here down is where I start to get that breakage, and my hair starts to get really weak because it's not like the new hair that's up top. Bless you, stay there. Anyway, hair is tough. So I use it from here down, and I really am liking it. I'm still testing, but I will tell you, I'm really enjoying it. Now, a product that I don't have my complete thoughts on yet, at all, to say the very least, is this product. I picked this up not too long ago. It's the Rock Derm Correction Firming Serum Stick. This has advanced retinol in it. Now, I picked this up, and I'm going to show you like how the main way that I use this product. And let me tell you why I'm teetering on the edge of like, not sure if I like it or not. This is why. So it's like a stick, right? It almost looks like a roll-on deodorant. You twist it up. But my problem with this is, between uses, it gets kind of dry on top. And if you go directly in to get like under your eyes and all over your face and down your neck, you're going to get like a dragging feeling, which I don't appreciate. So my tip for this, if you happen to pick it up or if you have it, if you get it, try warming up first on the top of your hand where like the skin is a lot thicker and where it's not going to cause as much like tugging and where you can just kind of get in there and be a little bit more harsh. I do like it on the top of my hand because it has retinol in it, but the main reason why I bought this is because it's firming and has retinol, and I bought it primarily to use down my neck just for quick, easy application. Morning, night, this is when I'm using it, and although I like it, I'm just not seeing much results yet, so TBD, to be continued on this, and I will continue to give you my thoughts on whether or not I like it. And if you find it in a favorites video, just know that it passed the point and it now is a favorite, but still testing. Last two products I'm testing, then we'll move on to the rejects because they're a little scary. Still testing these two products, but I can tell you I do really absolutely adore them, but I am still technically testing them. So the LYS, I love this concealer, but I am still testing it, and I can't lie. I'm still testing this, but I still am absolutely loving it, and I think it's a really phenomenal product. This did end up in my favorites video. That's how much I like it. But I do acknowledge in that video, I believe that I did, kind of prematurely put in my favorites because I knew I was loving it, but I still want to be honest and tell you that I'm still in the middle of testing out. But thoughts haven't changed, still loving it. It's the newest formula from LYS. This is a very creamy concealer. It's also very stretchable, very expandable, so a little bit goes a long way with this product. This does have a doe foot sponge, not a doe foot, I'm sorry, but a sponge applicator. So you twist it up, and I love the ease of like just swiping, and then blending it out, and then you're done. So I'm loving this. I think the shade range is really exceptional, and the undertones are really nice. I have LN6, light neutral 6, and it is an actual neutral. Hallelujah. Someone knew what a neutral was. Couldn't believe it. So I think that's also why I jumped ahead and put this in my favorites, because I'm just so happy that I finally found a new concealer that's actually a neutral. So anyway, that aside, really liking this, but still testing it technically. Still also technically testing the L'Oreal Extensionist mascara. It's the telescopic mascara. This could go either way. If you're not careful with your application method, it could clump really, really quick, really, really easily, and you can end up with spider lashes. So don't do that. If you just build it up slowly, stick to 2 coats, maybe 2.5 at the max. Okay, the max. Then you will really like the way this looks. But full disclosure, I have been mentioning this a lot. It's a very heavy formula. So if you have lashes that are weighed down very easily, then you're not going to enjoy this one. But if you like the drama, the length, all that good stuff, and you're not afraid of like, a dramatic formula mascara that gets the job done really quick, this is going to be one that I think you'll really like. And it's drugstore, very affordable. Now let's actually jump into the rejects, because I have a mascara that I'm rejecting, and I'm pretty bummed about this one because I think it's like either you love it or you don't like it type product. But I used this only a couple times, and I could not bear to keep testing it out because the removal process for some reason of this mascara is diabolical. Like, it doesn't matter what cleansing oil, cleansing balm I was using, this still felt like sandpaper, like crusty sandpaper trying to get this off. It's just really stiff. Like, I could not get this off my lashes. So absolutely diabolical to remove. That alone was like I'm like a hard pass. I can't do this again. But I did 2 more times, and I cannot ever use this again. Honestly, it's just a hard pass for me. It's the Clio Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara. It's a long curling mascara. This just didn't do what I personally like my mascaras to do. So I do acknowledge that it did give me lift and it did give me curl, but it didn't give me anything else. And I'm looking for everything. So that's why I like something like this versus this one. So definitely rejecting this one, unfortunately. And let's talk about a newly reformulated product that I had really high hopes for that came out exactly the same as the first one, in my opinion. So I love Patrick Ta. Let me preface this by saying I love his history. I love his backstory. I love where he comes from. I love his struggle. I mean, I love it, not his struggles, but like I love that he's open about his struggles and who he is, and he doesn't hide who he is. And I love an underdog story. Basically, I'm such a sucker for it. So this kills me to say this, but I was really hoping that the new reformulation of the Patrick Ta highlighters were going to be it and legit. But unfortunately, they're not. They missed the mark again. Just my personal opinion. If you try them and you love them, then just disregard what I'm saying. But I really don't feel like there was much, if any, improvements, unfortunately. So that's why you're not seeing me use them. And I am unfortunately rejecting the new ones as well as the old ones. Not good. Yeah, I know. Sad. I feel so bad. I hate, yeah, I don't want to like talk bad about makeup, especially like makeup that I know is from brands and owners that are working hard in their brand. I feel bad, but it's a miss. It's a total miss. So rejecting that. Then I have two powders that I'm definitely rejecting. Okay, because every time I've used both these powders, I have really disliked the way my makeup looks at the end of the day, or even like midway through the day. And I really dislike the way it felt on my skin. And that takes a lot for me to say that. I have oily skin, and my skin and my face can handle a lot of makeup while still feeling pretty comfortable. These two powders are just not it for me. Personal opinion, but I really don't like these powders. So the first one is the Cali Ray, and I love this brand. They have amazing products, but the Cali Ray Magic Hour Setting Powder, this actually just felt very dry. And as an oily girl, that must tell you a lot, because not many things feel very dry on me, but this felt like the desert under my eyes especially. And that's primarily where I use powders, in my T-zone and under my eyes. So if it doesn't work in those areas, then it's got to go. So the Cali Ray is unfortunately rejected from me. If you've had good experiences with it, please continue to keep using it and don't waste your money. Don't go, if everyone's gonna have a different opinion, but for me, it's a hard pass. I can't get on board with that powder. And then this one's also a really disappointing one, because I love the original formulation and I really think they screwed this up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That's what this whole video is about. But the newly reformulated Fenty powders, these are now called the Set It Down powders, whereas oh, sorry, I'm showing you my monitor. You see that? That was hilarious. Okay, anyway, the old reformulation is called the Pro Filter. So the Pro Filter and the Set It Down, they have made changes to the size and the overall packaging. But unfortunately, the new reformulation just is not what I look for in a powder. I don't like the texture of it. Does it look nice? Totally. Is it a bad powder? No, it is not a bad powder. However, this one's just so much better that it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? So it's just not a powder that I am grabbing. It's not one that I prefer for my makeup looks and the way I like my under eyes and my T-zone to look. Is it totally fine? Yes. Again, I'm just being nitpicky because there's so many great powders, like excellent powders that I love and recommend, and that I will continue to grab over this one. So unfortunately, I'm rejecting the new Fenty powder. I wish they stuck to the old formulation. I'm assuming it's because of talc. I haven't looked into the nitty gritty of it. I don't have time. I didn't have time to do that, but I can just tell you, I don't like the new reformulation. The old one is just way better. Okay, we have a lot more things I'm rejecting. Let me pull them forward. Let's go back to hair care really quick. Opposite sides of the price point spectrum. Okay, so we have this shampoo. This is absolutely filthy from my shower. The Oribe Serene Scalp Densifying Shampoo. This just doesn't do anything for me. And it's unfortunate because I spent a lot of money on this thinking, all right, Oribe, they got some great stuff. All my friends use Oribe. Like literally all my friends use Oribe, and but they've never used this one. I should have clocked that, but I didn't. So this I bought because I do have such flat, fine, very thin hair. And this is supposed to densify your hair at the roots, but also in general. So my thought was, okay, this is going to build up density, make my hair feel thicker than it actually is, while also cleaning it, of course. Very underwhelming. I did not see those results at all. It felt like a very just mediocre shampoo that I just didn't see the benefits of. I don't feel like my hair never feels more dense when I use this. So it's a product that I am rejecting because of the price point and the lack of, the lack of performance. That's the word. So rejecting this, and I will not be repurchasing this one. And another one is the opposite of the price point, like I mentioned. I ended up picking this up, and I should have known better, and I should have stuck to only Abby Young's recommendations. I don't believe she's ever recommended this, unless I missed it. But when I was searching the OGX aisles, I got curious, and I thought this looked really good. This is the OGX Coconut Milk Shampoo. It's a hydrate and restore shampoo, and it's supposed to, give you immediate softness after the first use, yada, yada. But what I didn't read, and what I should have known better about had I read this, is on the very bottom it says sulfate-free and surfactant paraben-free formula. I hate all those things. I hate all those things in a shampoo. Absolutely hard stop. No, does not work for me. Doesn't work at all. It's like a pointless shampoo in my opinion. This is just my opinion. But yeah, so give me the sulfates, give me the surfactants, give me the parabens. I will take them all personally. I understand that some people have a hard time, especially with parabens. I'm not one of those people. And this shampoo just did absolutely nothing but weigh down my hair. And it was like atrociously hard to wash out of my hair. You can't get any kind of suds. And there's no clean feeling after using this. So this is absolutely terrible. I do not recommend this one from OJX. Two more products that I'm rejecting. Both of these are the worst out of the products I've talked about. Now, this one was, I was highly influenced to pick this up based off of like TikTok ads, not even TikTok ads, but like TikTok videos, social media in general, people raving about it, people loving it, people ask me also to try it out. The Pure 4-in-1 Skin Tint. It's a mineral broad spectrum SPF 50. This is an oily skin person's worst nightmare. This is like putting olive oil on your skin and then praying it's going to stay on your oily skin. This is an absolute no-go, hard stop, does not sit well on oily skin. The coverage is actually very nice on this, so had it not been so overly greasy and never dried down on my skin, I would have loved the coverage. Coverage is actually just, like I said, really beautiful, and it's a beautiful product if you can get past the pure oiliness of it. Now, just because my skin type doesn't like this and doesn't agree with it, doesn't mean if you have dry skin, like very, very dry skin, that you wouldn't love it. So disregard my opinion on this. If you do have the opposite skin type, I highly urge you to not get discouraged because it is a nice product. However, an oily skin person's worst nightmare. So we'll leave it at that. Now, another product that I picked up because I have oily skin, and this must be a different formula from what I've tried in the past, because I could have sworn I had tried something in the past with this exact verbiage, exact labeling, and from this exact brand. But when I tried this out, this was like white toothpaste on my face versus the product that I tried in the past, which I actually had gotten in the UK, by the way, was completely different. So this is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios SPF 60 Clear Skin Sunscreen. This is a dry touch, and this is supposed to be oil-free, won't cause breakouts, but this is also supposed to be, from what I understand, based on like the box, which I threw out, it's supposed to be really good and mattifying for oily skin. Yes, but so no. It was so bad. So the first time I used this, I ended up looking at my neck midway through the day, and I was like, why do I have these white bands of what looks like dried toothpaste across my neck? No exaggeration. I'm not kidding you. And I load up my neck with sunscreen because it's like something I want to protect. I'm always out and about, and just like my face, I want to make sure my neck is very protected. So like, obviously keep it from aging. But anyway, so I had so much sunscreen on my neck, and because of like tech neck and like looking down, it settled into the fine lines on my neck, and it was like white stripes, looked like dried toothpaste across my neck. It was not cute. Hard stop. Do not recommend this one. I couldn't even use it again. It's actually that disgusting on my skin. Like the feeling of it, all of it. It's a no. So I'm definitely rejecting this one. And it sucks because I just bought it and I wasted money on it. All right, let's talk about happy things, products that I loved so much that I'm repurchasing them, or I did repurchase them in this case, and they're right here. We're going to talk about them. We're going to end on a happy note and not a negative note. So let's dive into those. First things first, I've been buying this product for years. This is a great product if you have Casper legs like I do. My body, my legs just don't match the rest of my body. I am tan everywhere else. I'm Mexican, but my legs, they just need a little extra work. And the biggest reason why I like to use something like this is a gradual tanning lotion, by the way. It's foolproof, easy, doesn't stain, doesn't streak. In my opinion, it doesn't smell bad. I've used it for years and I feel like I don't smell bad when I use this. It's very moisturizing, feels really, really nice on your skin. So all that aside, plus it's super affordable because it's Jergens you can get at the drugstore. But back to what I was saying. The main reason why I like to buy a product like this and why I like to use it even like the winter time is because I have a lot of visible veins on my legs. And it's something that, just like all of us on the internet, we're vain to some extent, no pun intended, but I am very self-conscious and I want to try to minimize the appearance of my veins so they're just not so blatantly out there. You know what I mean? This helps to soften the look of my veins, to kind of disguise them somewhat in a really natural way. It's a really natural, gradual tanning lotion that is just honestly the easiest way to give yourself a little boost, whether it's for, confidence reasons when you're trying to cover your veins like I am, or you just want like a little bit like an extra bit of color on your legs or wherever you're going to put on your body. This is a really easy product. So I highly recommend this. Super affordable, and I just repurchased it, and I am thrilled to have you back in my life. Okay. Another skincare product I just repurchased is the Dew Deliverance Trinity Serum. This is a great product. I probably pick up at least two of these a year at this point on average, maybe three on average, somewhere in there. It's a product that I'll always go back to. This is a really nice calming serum. It's going to help to reduce redness. If you have irritation in your skin, if your skin's like kind of like fatigued from traveling, I feel like this is a really good product for like just overall like soothing abilities. So again, it calms redness in your skin. So if you have that, or if you're struggling with any like kind of skin texture, this is going to be very smoothing and soothing at the same time. So I love this product from Dew. This one I use during the day. In place of like, or as one of my serums like that I have on rotation. And it's just a really nice way to like even out my complexion and keep it like nice and boosted, and to kind of smooth the look of my pores and stuff like that. So love this. It is a little bit more pricey. It's Dew. However, I think it's definitely worth it. So I repurchased that. And then last but not least, I got makeup. I have makeup. We're going to end on a makeup note and a happy note. Couple products I repurchased, 3 of which are from Haus Labs. So let's get right into that. Finally picked up another bottle of the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I've loved this foundation since it's come out. It's a great formulation. I do wish they would relabel the undertones to make them less confusing to the consumer and the makeup artist. But that aside, I don't want to be a broken record talking about it every single time I talk about this foundation, but this formulation is just so beautiful, so skin-like, so buildable. The way this wears all day is quite impressive. So pick this up again. So happy to have this back in my life. Did I need it? No, but I really want it back in my life because I've been missing it. But I've been mixing or, switching up the order which I use my foundation. I alternate between the Haus Labs, the Makeup by Mario, and the new Sephora Best Skin Ever. So those are like my 3. Oh, and then Natasha Denona. Sorry. I got 4 in rotation right now, just full disclosure. But loving this and so happy to have it back in my life. And on the same note and at the same time, I picked up a refill of the Haus Labs concealer. I haven't had this one also in quite a while since I ran on my other ones in the past. This is a really nice, creamy, full coverage concealer. Very stretchable, very long wearing, and very comfortable, especially under the eyes. So highly recommend this one. The shade that I picked up this time around is 12 Light Rosy, and this has a soft, subtle, slightly pink undertone to it. Well, slightly pink, slightly peachy undertone to it. So what that does for my complexion and my under eyes in particular is it helps give me like a slight color correction while giving me coverage. So this undertone has been amazing. And then last but not least, from Haus Labs that I restocked and repurchased. This is one of my favorite products from them of all time. But also this shade in particular is one of my favorites of all time. It's the shade Rose Quartz. It's the Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter. It's a mouthful. And look how pretty this is. It's stunning. Let me just swatch it. This is something I have in my Pro Kit. It is a gorgeous, either wear it on its own as a soft, glowy blush, wear it underneath a cream blush, wear it on top of a cream blush, or wear it on top of a matte powder blush as a topper, like a blush topper. Either way, if you get this and you get this shade, you will be in pink heaven. All right, last product. Are you ready for this? I am revisiting this powder from MAC Cosmetics after a probably 10-year hiatus of using it. Well, I did use it in my makeup kit, but like for me personally, I should say. It's been a 10-year hiatus for me personally, but not for my Pro Kit. This is one of the best powders, like pressed powders on the market from what I remember. And I want to get re-familiar with this powder because, well, I remember being fantastic, basically. It's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It's a natural finish powder. This is going to be a great powder for like pore refinement, and more so like skin softening, blurring, and just like a finishing powder, like that finishing last step to just really finish up your makeup. I hate to keep saying that, but it's not going to be your holy grail setting powder. It's not going to lock your makeup in all day, but it's going to finish your makeup, and it's also going to be ideal for touch-ups. This also is a powder that's going to be phenomenal for dry skin types and or dry mature skin types because it's very, very lightweight, very breathable. What inspired me to pick this up again is, well, I love MAC products. I used to be a MAC Cosmetics employee. I used to work there, and this was one of my holy grail products at that time, and I just missed it. So pick this bad boy back up in my life. I picked up the shade Medium. It's a baked mineral powder, and it's been really nice. I finished my makeup with it today. I plan on using this like for touch-ups midday and just reincorporating it and getting re-familiar with it. So on that note, that wraps up this video of all the products I'm testing, rejecting, and repurchasing. I would love to hear your thoughts of what you're doing in the comments below. So let me know what products you're testing. Let me know which ones you're rejecting. If it's any of these, I would love to not be the only one. And let me know what products you're repurchasing. I am so curious to hear your thoughts and what you put your money into and what you're testing out currently. So drop those in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for enjoying the uncuts. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you guys, your feedback. It means a lot to me. It's the reason why I keep doing these uncuts. So thank you for the feedback, and thank you for the love, and giving you a big hug, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, you guys.